Hello students and welcome to the Virtual Learning Network. This is session 21 for Modern India 1857 to 1964 and here we will study Swarajist and constructive work. The topics to be covered are Introduction, Background, Swaraj Party formation, Swarajist at the polls, work in the legislatures, constructive work, demoralization and decline, and causes for decline. Then first is introduction. The period 1922 to 29 is important for many reasons. It began with the ending of non-cooperation movement and ended with the starting of yet another movement. It also enriched India's struggle for liberation by introducing new trends and forms of political action. It placed before the nation the twin program of council entry and constructive works. It also brought to the forefront new leaders with a different outlook. Besides, the period witnessed new problems, new tensions, new dilemmas, and new constraints on India's fight for independence. So जो पूरा पीरियड था 1922 से 1929 ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट था क्योंकि इसी बीच में नॉन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट की एंडिंग हुई थी और एक नई मूवमेंट स्टार्ट हुई थी और इसी पीरियड के बीच में इंडिया की जो स्ट्रगल थी फ्रीडम के लिए उसमें नए नए ट्रेंड्स दिखे गए थे और पॉलिटिकल एक्शंस फॉर्म हुए थे. ऑल्सो इसी जगह पे और इसी प्लेस पे जो नेशन था उसमें ट्विन प्रोग्राम स्टार्ट हुआ था काउंसिल एंट्री और कंस्ट्रक्टिव वर्क्स और साथ ही नए लीडर्स भी आए थे. लेकिन इसके साथ साथ यहाँ पे नई नई प्रॉब्लम्स भी विटनेस करी गई थी, नई टेंशन, नई परेशानियाँ, नई दुविधाएं और नई कंस्ट्रेंट्स फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल को लेके. नाउ बैकग्राउंड. Under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, the Congress emerged as a great nationalist forum of all shades and opinions voicing anti-imperialist sentiments. During Gandhi's first civil disobedience movement in 1920-22, its roots spread out among all classes of people. The formal acceptance of Swaraj as the goal of the Congress really converted non-cooperation into a mass movement. Gandhi's catchy slogan, Swaraj in 1 year, stirred the masses of men into action. The suspension of non-cooperation in February 1922 created widespread disappointment and precipitated an open division in the leadership of the Congress. The government took advantage of the situation to take resort to a policy of repression. It invoked Bengal Regulation 3rd of 1816 and promulgated an ordinance providing for summary arrest and trial before special commissioners. So, महात्मा गांधी की लीडरशिप के अंडर कांग्रेस में अलग अलग नेशनलिस्ट फोरम की तरह वो इमर्ज हुई थी. गांधी जी ने इसी टाइम पे सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट स्टार्ट की थी और इसके रूट्स थे सारे लोगों के साथ में. देन जो फॉर्मल एक्सेप्टेंस थी स्वराज के लिए वो भी एक कांग्रेस का गोल बन गया था जिसने नॉन कोऑपरेशन को मास मूवमेंट में कन्वर्ट कर दिया था. गांधी जी का स्लोगन जो था स्वराज इन 1 ईयर, इसने भी सारे लोगों को एकदम हिला दिया था. देन नॉन कोऑपरेशन की सस्पेंशन जब हुई 1922 में, उस टाइम पे भी बहुत ज़्यादा डिसअपॉइंटमेंट हुई थी लोगों के बीच में. गवर्नमेंट ने भी इसका फ़ायदा उठाया और पॉलिसीज़ बनानी शुरू कर दी. वहाँ बंगाल रेगुलेशन 3rd भी इन्वोक किया गया 1816 का और एक ऑर्डिनेंस पास किया गया जिसमें समरी अरेस्ट था और ट्रायल था बिफोर स्पेशल कमिश्नर्स. देन next is Swaraj Party formation. At this stage, a new lead was given by C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru. When the Civil Disobedience Inquiry Committee reported that the country was not yet ready to embark upon a program of mass civil disobedience and the constructive program found only a limited response, these leaders proposed that instead of boycotting the legislatures, non-cooperation should be carried into them. So, इस टाइम पे सी आर दास और मोतीलाल नेहरू ने भी मूवमेंट को लीड किया. जब सिविल डिसोबीडियंस इंक्वायरी कमेटी ने रिपोर्ट दी तो तब ये देखा गया कि इंडिया अभी रेडी नहीं है एक और नए प्रोग्राम के लिए, मास सिविल डिसोबीडियंस के लिए, और कोई भी कंस्ट्रक्टिव प्रोग्राम के लिए जो जिसमें क्योंकि लिमिटेड रिस्पॉन्सेज ही मिला था. और इसके बाद एक काउंसिल एंट्री का नया आइडिया रखा गया रिफॉर्म्स के अंदर ही रहते हुए. दिस प्रपोजल अट्रैक्टेड सेवरल कांग्रेसमैन बट इट वाज stoutly opposed by orthodox Gandhians led by Raja Gopalachari, Rajendra Prasad and Vallabhbhai Patel. There was a split in the Congress. The No Changers or orthodox Gandhians decreed the program of council entry and desired the Congress to follow program to be coupled with the political program of council entry. The matter came to a head in December 1922 at the Gaya session of the Congress, where Raja Gopalachari led opposition to council entry, forcing C.R. Das to tender resignation from the presidentship of the Congress. On being outvoted, C.R. Das announced the formation of the Swaraj Party on 31st December 1922 with himself as president and Motilal as secretary. So, जब सी आर दास से रेजिग्नेशन मांगा गया था गया सेशन में कांग्रेस के, उसके बाद उन्होंने 1922 में 31 दिसंबर को एक अपनी नई पार्टी बनाई जिसका नाम था स्वराज पार्टी, जिसके वो खुद प्रेसिडेंट थे और साथ में मोतीलाल नेहरू सेक्रेटरी. देन नेक्स्ट इज गांधी एंड स्वराजिस्ट. द इलेक्शंस वर फॉट एंड द स्वराजिस्ट swept the polls in some provinces. Their position and strength within the Congress increased. Gandhi was released from the jail in February 1924. His release revived the old conflict and a split in the Congress seemed imminent. In June, Gandhi made a declaration in favor of the original boycott program. He went to the length of saying that those who did not accept his policy should function as a separate organization. His resolutions at the AICC meeting in Ahmedabad in June 1924 were virtually aimed at eliminating the Swarajists from the Congress. The Belgaum Congress presided over Gandhi laid the foundation of mutual trust between No Changers and the Swarajists. He brought about an agreement incorporating the suspension of non-cooperation except in so far as it related to the refusal to use or wear cloth made out of India. It laid down that different kinds of Congress work might be done by different sections. The constructive program, with its emphasis on the spinning wheel, Hindu-Muslim unity, prohibition and the removal of untouchability, was prescribed to congressmen as the chief means for the attainment of Swaraj. Then the objectives and aims. The objectives and aims of Swaraj Party were indicated in its program, first published in February 1923. The immediate objective was speedy attainment of full dominion status, including the right to frame a constitution adopting such machinery and system as the most suited to the conditions of the country and genius of peoples. So, जो इमीडिएट ऑब्जेक्टिव था स्वराज पार्टी का वो था डोमिनियन स्टेटस को अटेन करना जल्द से जल्द और साथ में एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फ्रेम करने का हक लेना. The other objective of the party was to secure the recognition of the principle that the bureaucracy derived its power from the people. The Constitution of 1924 laid down the party's objective as the attainment of Swaraj by the people of India by all legitimate and peaceful means. Now, program. The Swaraj Party was the handiwork of those eminent Congress leaders who had never seen eye to eye with Gandhi in his approach to non-cooperation. स्वराज पार्टी उन्होंने फॉर्म की थी जो गांधी जी के नक्शे कदम पे नहीं चलते थे या जिन्हें गांधी जी की बातें समझ नहीं आती थी. They had no sympathy with the mass action program of Gandhi, but they acquiesced in it by the force of circumstances in 1920. Being an integral part of Congress and operating as one of its departments, the program of the Swarajists could not be much different from that of the Congress. क्योंकि जो स्वराज पार्टी थी वो एक कांग्रेस का ही इंटीग्रल पार्ट थी, तो जो स्वराजिस्ट का प्रोग्राम था वो कांग्रेस से ज़्यादा डिफरेंट नहीं था. Fortified by the blessings of the Congress, the Swaraj Party proclaimed to carry non-violent non-cooperation inside the councils with a view of wrecking the Constitution of 1919. The party resolved to adopt the following program. Inside the councils, the party decided that whenever possible, it would refuse supplies and throw out budget to force recognition of their rights. Throw out all proposals for legislative enactments by which the bureaucracy proposed to consolidate its powers. Move resolutions and introduce and support measures and bills necessary for the healthy growth of national life. Help the constructive program of the Congress. Follow a definite economic policy to prevent the drain of public wealth from India by checking all activities leading to exploitation and to advance national economic, industrial and commercial interest of the country. And project the rights of labor, agricultural and industrial, and adjust the relations between the landlords and tenants, capitalists and workmen. Then outside the council, it was decided that party would work for intercommunal unity with a view to bringing about a complete understanding among Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Brahmins and non-Brahmins. Removal of untouchability and raising the status of the depressed classes. Village organization, organization of labor in the country, acquisition of economic control of the country, establishment of control of nationalists over local and municipal affairs, carrying out the constructive program of the Congress in a manner as it thought necessary in relation to Swadeshi, Khaddar, temperance, national education and arbitration boards, boycott of selected British goods manufactured outside India, formation of a federation of Asiatic countries to secure Asian solidarity and mutual help in trade and commerce, and organization of agencies for propaganda outside India. So, काउंसिल के बाहर पार्टी ने डिसाइड किया कि वो अलग अलग तरीके से प्रोग्राम को चलाएंगे, जैसे कि एक इंटर कम्युनल यूनिटी बननी चाहिए हिंदूज, मुस्लिम, सिख्स, ब्राह्मण्स और नॉन ब्राह्मण्स के बीच में. उसके बाद अनटचेबिलिटी को रिमूव करना, विलेज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेटअप करना, लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सेटअप करना इंडस्ट्रियल और एग्रीकल्चरल दोनों में. उसके बाद इकोनॉमिक कंट्रोल लेके आना कंट्री के अंदर, उसको एक्वायर करना. फिर नेशनलिस्ट को कंट्रोल करना, उसकी इस्टेब्लिशमेंट. देन कंस्ट्रक्टिव वर्क को कांग्रेस के अंदर कैरी आउट करना, ब्रिटिश गुड्स की बॉयकॉट. उसके बाद एक एशियन कंट्रीज की फेडरेशन फॉर्म करना ताकि एशियन कंट्रीज जो है वो सिक्योर हो सके और ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स इजीली अपनी एक दूसरे की हेल्प करके कंडक्ट कर सकें. और साथ में एक एजेंसीज को ऑर्गेनाइज करना और साथ में उनके प्रोपेगेंडा को फॉर्म करना आउटसाइड इंडिया ताकि नेशनल वर्क इजीली हो सके और सिंपैथी एनलिस्ट कर सके दूसरी कंट्रीज से. देन नेक्स्ट इज स्वराजिस्ट एट द पोल्स. देयर वर ऑल टुगेदर 3 elections held under the provision of the Act of 1919 in 1920, 23 and 26. Owing to the non-cooperation movement, the Congress had boycotted the elections in 1920, leaving the field for the Liberals and others. And by the time elections were held in 1923, the non-cooperation movement had spent its force and the split in the Congress over council entry had become pronounced. The Das Nehru group under the banner of Swaraj Party fought elections on the charter of council entry. At the elections, the Liberals alone constituted a formidable opposition to the Swarajists. The independents were also in the fray and were men of local importance but without any definite political status. सो नॉन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट के टाइम पे कांग्रेस ने तो इलेक्शंस बॉयकॉट कर दिए थे 1920 में, तो इसलिए जब 1923 में इलेक्शंस हुए थे और नॉन कोऑपरेशन मूवमेंट उस टाइम पे जो थी वो अपनी पूरी कांग्रेस उसकी वजह से स्प्लिट हो चुका था काउंसिल एंट्री के ऊपर जो विवाद हुआ था, तो इसलिए दास नेहरू ग्रुप ने ही सिर्फ स्वराज पार्टी के अंडर इलेक्शंस लड़े थे. देन कंस्ट्रक्टिव वर्क. The council entry for wrecking reforms from within was the main, but by no means the sole objective of the Swarajist. So अंदर ही अंदर council reforms entries form करना ये एक मेन उनका एम था कंस्ट्रक्टिव वर्क में जो स्वराज पार्टी थी, लेकिन सिर्फ यही एक उनका ऑब्जेक्टिव नहीं था. They also had a definite conception of socio-economic reforms or ameliorative activities which Gandhi characterized as the constructive program. To Gandhi, the chariot of freedom struggle had two wheels, constructive program and political campaigns. The constructive program, as adumbrated by him, consisted of 18 items, of which the most important were Hindu-Muslim unity, removal of untouchability, prohibition, Swadeshi and boycott. So constructive work जो था वो फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल के जो मेन दो व्हील्स थे गांधी जी के लिए वो था कंस्ट्रक्टिव प्रोग्राम और पॉलिटिकल कैंपेन्स. कंस्ट्रक्टिव प्रोग्राम के अंदर अलग अलग चीजें आती हैं, मेनली 18 आइटम्स आती हैं जिनमें से इंपॉर्टेंट जो थी वो थी हिंदू मुस्लिम यूनिटी, अनटचेबिलिटी को हटाना, प्रोहिबिशन, स्वदेशी मूवमेंट और बॉयकॉट मूवमेंट. The top leadership of the Swarajists regarded Hindu-Muslim unity and political education of the masses as sine qua non for the attainment of Swaraj. Then, next topic is Khadi. The Swarajists did not share Gandhi's view on Khadar and hand spinning. C.R. Das regarded Charkha and Khadi as instrumental in improving the economic life of Indian people. He did not subscribe to the commercial utility of Khadi and did not regard it as a commodity of worldwide marketable importance. The Swarajists did not believe that Khadi, Charkha and indigenous industries alone would make India independent. So, जो गांधी जी का व्यू था जो खद्दर को लेके स्वराजिस्ट उसको अपोज करते थे. C.R. दास को ऐसा लगता था कि चरखा और खादी जो है वो कभी भी हमें स्वराज दिलाने में या इंडियन इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए कभी हमें हेल्प नहीं कर सकती. इट इज स्टेटेड सेड दास दैट खद्दर alone will bring us Swaraj. I ask my countrymen in what way is it possible for Khaddar to lead us to Swaraj. The Swarajists made to no fetish of Khaddar, but they missed no opportunity in exhorting the people to wear Khaddar. The instructions issued by the Swaraj party to all its members required them to attend meetings of the Central Assembly and provincial councils dressed up in pure Khaddar. C.R. दास कभी भी खद्दर और या खादी को लेके उसको अपोज नहीं करते थे, लेकिन उन्हें यह भी लगता था कि सिर्फ खादी या चरखे का यूज करके उन्हें स्वराज नहीं मिल सकता. लेकिन हमेशा जब भी स्वराज पार्टी होती थी तो सारे पार्टी की मीटिंग होती थी तो सारे मेंबर्स को ये कहा जाता था कि वो मीटिंग सिर्फ खद्दर में ड्रेसअप होके ही अटेंड करें. नेक्स्ट इज अनटचेबिलिटी. Untouchability was a blot on Indian society. The non-cooperation resolution advised the country to revive hand spinning and hand weaving on a large scale as it would benefit millions of weavers, pariahs of Indian society. Non-cooperation is a plea, said Gandhi, for a change of heart, not merely in the English but in ourselves. At the Nagpur session of the Congress, he called upon the people to make special efforts to rid Hinduism of the reproach of untouchability. The elevation of the depressed classes received unfailing attention of the Congress. The Swarajists' attitude could not be different from what Gandhi thought on the question. They were in full agreement with this resolution on untouchability passed at the Belgaum Congress of 1924. They strongly felt that this curse must be speedily removed from the Indian society. So, Indian society के लिए untouchability हमेशा से ही एक बहुत important प्रॉब्लम रही है। नॉन कॉपरेशन रेजोल्यूशन में भी ये एडवाइस किया कि कंट्री जो है हैंड स्पिनिंग और हैंड वीविंग को रिवाइव करे लार्ज स्केल पे, ताकि वीवर्स को और जो अनटचेबल्स हैं उनको कुछ फायदा हो सके। गांधी जी ने भी नागपुर सेशन में इसके लिए एक प्ली ली थी कि नॉन कॉपरेशन एक प्ली है ताकि हम अपने दिलों को चेंज कर सके, ना कि सिर्फ इंग्लिश के थ्रू बट अपने आप भी। देन जो गांधी जी ने रिफॉर्म स्टार्ट किया था अनटचेबिलिटी को रिमूव करने के लिए, स्वराजिस्ट भी इसके साथ फुल अग्रीमेंट में थे। देन द अदर सोशल प्रॉब्लम्स, the evil of drinking or taking intoxicants did not escape the attention of Congress reformists. The Congress emphasized the need of ending the evil and proclaimed its faith in the policy of prohibition. Intemperance or the evil of consuming intoxicants had existed in pre-British India. The British made intoxicants a source of their income and were unwilling to enforce prohibition for fear of losing a substantial source of supply of money to the government. The nationalists realized the gravity of the situation where an alien government cared more of its income than for the general good of the society. Then the demoralization and decline. The enthusiasm of 1924 began to wane, and the years 1925 to 27 saw demoralization and eventual decline of the Swarajists. So 1924 में जब स्वराज पार्टी स्टार्ट हुई थी तब बहुत ज़्यादा एंथुजियाज्म था, लेकिन 1925 से 1927 तक वो बहुत ज़्यादा डीमोरलाइज हो गए थे और स्वराजिस्ट की एक तरह से डिक्लाइन शुरू हो गया था। द इनसाइड द लिटरेचर्स, द स्वराजिस्ट फेल्ड टू परस्यू द पॉलिसी ऑफ कॉन्स्टेंट कंटिन्यूअस यूनिफॉर्म ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन। देन ड्रिफ्ट, द फरीदपुर डिक्लेरेशन accelerated towards constitutional opposition and cooperation with the government. Lord Birkenhead's speech of 7th July 1925, paying tribute to the party as the most highly organized political party in India and disclaiming that we no longer talk of holding the gorgeous East in fee, seemed to have impressed the Swarajists, and they were in a mood to be dissuaded from pure obstructionist politics. The merger. Announcement of Simon Commission in the closing months of 1927 and Lord Birkenhead's challenge to Indians to produce a constitution acceptable to all sections of the society opened new political vistas in the country. The Swaraj Party now merged with the Congress as the country began to prepare for the second round of direct mass action to achieve complete independence. जब साइमन कमीशन अनाउंस हुई थी 1927 के एंड में, और जो बर्किनहेड ने चैलेंज किया था इंडियंस को कि वो एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन ऐसा प्रोड्यूस करे कि जो सारी सोसाइटी के लिए और सारे पॉलिटिकल सिनेरियो को देखते हुए एक्सेप्टेबल हो सके, उस टाइम पे स्वराज पार्टी और कांग्रेस मर्ज हो गए थे। देन डिसइंटीग्रेशन. Before the elections of 1926, the Nationalist Party was split into three clear-cut groups: the Swaraj or the Congress Party, the responsive cooperators, which included the Hindu Mahasabha and independent congressmen. They together formed the Nationalist Party under the leadership of Lala Lajpat Rai and Madan Mohan Malviya. And third group was the Independent Party headed by Jinnah. The causes for decline were rising communal tempo, the lure of office, and the class character. The increasing communal tempo began to shape the course of events. The lure of office proved to be another reason for the decline of the Swarajists. They began their career with a bang by entering councils with the declared objective of stiff resistance to the bureaucracy. And the Swaraj Party represented the upper middle class elements of the Congress who had always been opposed to direct mass action. Now here are some questions for you. First is, what were the aims and objectives of the Swaraj Party? And second, who were Swarajists? What are the causes of the decline of Swarajists? That's all for this session. Thank you and have a nice day.